Sharmila Didi, all the panelists, and today our first key person, Ishrat Didi. I'll just introduce yourself. Uh, Ishrat Didi is a professor, mechanical engineering from Mechanical Engineering Department, Mufakam Jaha College of Engineering and Technology, Hyderabad, Telangana. She was first introduced to UHV FDP in March 2022, and she has shared in the morning session nearly 3 to 4 times. At present, Didi is volunteering in face-to-face FDP coordination of SCR. Also, she is working in the international conference. She is a RC meeting coordinator and moderator. She's also taking care of UHB newsletter. I have just given a short introduction, Didi. You can elaborate now. Over to you, Didi.
Yeah, namaste, Anita Didi.
Namaste.
Thank you for that introduction. Namaste to all. Can we start with regarding me, as you have given my professional introduction, let me tell about my personal thing. Like I am a mother of 2 kids, Afra and Ayan, and blessed to have my husband Kudus Pasha, who is a working, self-employed, I can say that, and I have mother-in-law staying along with me. I have 2 beautiful sisters who are always there to support me, along with their families. My nephew, nieces, always they are there to support me. So this support of my family, my extended family, is the one which is enabling me to do whatever I am able to do, be it volunteering service or be it my professional journey. It is only with the support of my family I'm able to do it. So that is about me regarding my introduction. Coming to the exercise one, uh, as said, like I'm not, though I've been attending the sessions, initial batches, I was very regular, but this batch also, I'm very irregular student, I can say that, because it was clashing with the international conference meetings, delegate meeting. So I'm an irregular student, so I may not be the right person who is giving the complete evaluation. But whatever I have prepared with respect to my understanding, I'm putting forward to the same. So it's not like I may not be able to answer each and every point properly, but I'll put across with my experience and with my understanding uh, about the exercises. Coming to the exercise one, observing the self by the self every moment. So, with respect to it, when I talk about desire, thought, expectations, I think it is guided with one basic question as what is the purpose? And this purpose, what is it? To observe that, okay, observe that imagination of mine. I wait and try to observe the feelings. And this will be helping me to have this right understanding. And this is helping me to have an understanding about not just about myself, but the people around me. And that is helping me a lot. But at the same time, I'll not say that I am having complete right understanding, because my motherly instinct, especially when it comes to my kids, it gets influenced with my preconditioning. Still, though, I want to have that feeling, control my imaginations with respect to it. I'm unable to do it. I'm still in the process of doing the same. So, with respect to it, I can say that it is still influenced by preconditioning, which I need to exercise a lot and lot. And coming to the second question, is the feeling that at this moment is naturally acceptable? Yes, with the clarity of what I want to do and how it should be done. That clarity is the one which gives the harmony within me. So that is naturally acceptable to me. But at the same time, the restlessness, sometimes when I get into restlessness, it leads to a disharmony. And this I could clearly examine within me. But at the same time, as I said, These are through the sensations, and because of which that is not naturally acceptable to me, especially when it comes to the exams of the kids, or even if it is a PTM, I get tensed. So that is leading to a disharmony, which is not acceptable. That I am aware of it, but I'm not able to practice it properly. This is my um, disability or inability as of now, which I have to work upon it. And as I'm saying, I'm in harmony most of the time. If my feelings are guided with trust, respect, affection, etc. Because I could observe that when I'm saying this, there's a disharmony. Instead of affection, it is uh, preconditioning, as I said, and at the workplace also, if there is no transparency when somebody is saying something, if there is no transparency of the work, and if there should be proper sharing of things, if it is not there, I get anger, and I express it also. So I think this is something which is leading to disharmony. But as of now, but maximum time I try to maintain the harmony within myself with a feeling of relationship, because each one of us are related to each other. And I can say this UHV has taught, like when we say bhaiya and didi. Before it used to be different notion when I started with my first FDP. But later on, after all this journey, I remember, like in the schooling, we have our pledge: all Indians are my brothers and sisters, and that is truly applicable and implicable with this. So this is something that gives me happiness and harmony. Like whatever education we are getting, whatever sanskar are there, they are being implemented. So I feel very happy with this. And who is deciding about this feeling? I am responsible for my feelings. And with respect to the right, my feelings are with respect to a right understanding, and they are not by assumptions. But sometimes I do observe that there is a preconditioning customs were there, and with respect to it, that is what was leading to disharmony. But I started working with respect to Kasturba Memorial Trust, wherein we have abandoned women and aged women and kids. So, with respect to it, when I see their struggle, and what we are struggling and what we say are problems, they are nothing in front of that. So, this feeling of relationship, working with them, had made me learn a lot of things, and that has led to a harmony within myself also. And with respect to the sixth point, I can say that the gratitude, respect, trust, the foundational feeling, that is the trust. If we trust anybody, the other will uh, definitely respond back to us. So it's a relationship between oneself to the other self. So this is one which leads to the harmony. And coming to the point number 7, if we are saying the coexistence, I'll say that the right understanding with the relationship leads to mutual happiness. So, mutual happiness is something between oneself and the other self. This I could realize. And when I talk about prosperity, it is about right understanding about the physical facilities. That means it should be guided, the self should be guided with the nature, or I can say with the space. So, if we are able to understand these correlations, we'll be able to have the coexistence between oneself to the other self and with the nature. This is something which is leading to an harmony within myself. And I'm in the process of complete exploration of this, but I'm able to execute some portion of it. These are my observations regarding self by the other self, by the self. Can we move to the exercise 2, Didi? So, coming to the exercise 2 about observing the self, body, and interaction about the self and body in space. Uh, I am there. I am the conscious unit. and I am the knower, doer, and observer. And body is only an instrument for me by which I interact with the outside world. This I am able to clearly understand about it. So I can say in the whole exercises, point number one is very much clear for me with respect to the exercise two. And with respect to it, I'll be trying to have an information exchange, or I'll be continuously communicating between the self and body. I give the instructions to the body, and the body gives back to me the instructions through the sensations. So it is the body, when I say, like, whenever any commands are given, be it walking or something, that is given by the self. The instructions are given by the self. But after a limit, if I'm continuously walking, I could feel the pain in my legs. So that is what is the sensation, that is the feedback that I'm able to read out from the body. So that is, all these decisions are made by the self itself. And as said, with respect to the point number three, I am the decision maker and I instruct my instrument, that is my body, as to what to do. But at the same time, I'm able to observe that if you are continuously using this instrument beyond its capability, the instrument will also not respond as per the uh, self instructions. Because I can see that I observe my body as an engine, and my engine has reached that overhauling condition. So that's the reason, though there are instructions from the self, my body is not able to respond to the level it should. Because it is one thing which able to understand is we need to respect our body too. Though it's an instrument, we need to respect our body because it is the only object in which the self can exist. This is something I have realized. And with respect to the point number four, I can see that the self is the seer. And this seer, whatever is the thing, the body is the seen one. Whatever we do or follow, that is observed through the body. And this is something like I'm not the sensation itself, but through the body, I can feel the sensations. So I'm able to understand the distance between the sensation, and I am able to clearly distinct between the self and the body. So coming to the sensation that is received through the body, point number five, I give meaning to the sensation. And this meaning, whatever I give, these are not guided by the sanskar, but by the right understanding. But once I reach a point that it is getting guided by the sanskar, sometimes if it is by the preconditioning one, it leads to the disharmony within me. This is what I can make with respect to the interaction. The body is the one which interacts with the outside world. And with respect to my sanskars are with respect to right understanding in most of the situations. I'll not say always, in most of the situations, because of which I'll be able to maintain my harmony. But at the same time, if my sanskar are based on the preconditionings or the assumptions, this is leading to disharmony, especially when I've observed that there are some customs which they are there existing, and that is very much rooted within our society, or I can say within our customs and all. Then it is unhappy because there is no, as you say, you should have experiential validation of whatever, or verify the things whether it is right or wrong. So if it is not done, that is definitely the sanskars are not right. We can have that understanding. And with respect to I am the coexistence in space, this is clearly understood because without this understanding about we are part of the coexistence, I utilize the nature, I utilize the body, and I'm a part of this society, part of this space. And for everything, I utilize it. Now I'm breathing air, I'm talking, I'm trying to communicate with the other self. All this is happening in the space, and I'm utilizing the various resources. So I can say that I'm a part of this space. So this is how I have the understanding with respect to both my exercises, and with respect to the understanding of exercise 1 and 2. I do have an understanding of both the exercises, exercise 1 and exercise 2, but I'll not say that I have a complete understanding, because I'll sincerely accept that I'm not totally implementing or executing or examining the same thing. I'm trying to have the clarity of thoughts. I'm trying to execute in my living, but it is not completely. Because if I have been able to do it completely and able to do the steps completely, I would have been a reflection of the same. And if I would have been a reflection of the same, then there would have been much more support from my family rather than an opposition, especially when it comes to my husband. He feels I give much of the time with my Didi and Bhaiyas rather than that. And he has a right feeling. I'll not say that he is not saying it, he's saying with an opposition, but a feeling of relationship, he's conveying the things, because he feels like I have to take care of my health more rather than attending so many meetings. So I do agree with him. So that's the reason I'm saying that he has a better understanding than me. So I'm learning from everyone, and even my kids guide in many things with respect to this. And I am practicing this, but I am having support from my kids and my husband also. So all this, I'll say that I'll not give a number that I'm able to understand these steps clearly. Or I have a clarity of thoughts, but as I said, still I have the preconditioning sanskars within me, due to which I'm not 100% able to implement this. So that is about the steps. And yes, for me, happiness is now an innate nature, and it does not get affected from outside. If I'm happy, it is me who is able to make myself happy. It is not the other person or the external things that make me happy. This clarity I am having, and it doesn't, because people approach me saying that you are having this much position, you have to do this, that. See, it is not by the position, but I have the clarity that I am the self. People should know as Ishrat, not with something tags or something, because positions are external factors. That clarity I could have it. I know when and how to react or respond, so that I can make it out. And this has given a lot of harmony within myself, and I'm able to do multiple tasks at a time. So this is what I can say about myself. And with respect to the program, yes, I'm working continuously on that. And uh, I'm trying to understand my natural acceptance most of the time. But I'll not say that it is completely understandable. I'm in the process, though the journey has started in 2022. I don't expect the things to happen in a moment or very quickly. I am giving time to myself to have this understanding. That's the reason even I'm not taking the initiation of the demo sessions, because I know what is my level of understanding and how much I can convey to the others. So for that purpose, I'm taking my own time. So for that one, it will take my time for my right understanding to develop. And for that one, I'm always devoting time in various platforms. I try to extract the content and have my self evaluation, exploration going on. And with respect to this, I'll, as much as possible, I'm trying to contribute with respect to the UHV activities. I think I'm able to devote more than 2 hours. Um, I'll not say every day, but most of the times I'll able to contribute as much as possible. This is about me, and it's a journey which has begun, and it will be going on. I can give that commitment from my end, but I'll not say I'm the best or better, because I can be a better person every day with more and more exploration, because I'm a part of this of space. I'm trying to use it in the right, I want to have the right utilization of the same thing. Thank you all for your patience hearing, and I thank all the mentors who have been part of this. I'll not say just the mentors, because every co-explorer is my mentor. Even Shiva, who is Srinivas Bhaiya's son, is also my mentor, because I get to learn even from his questions and the way the answers are given by our mentors. So each and every one is contributing in my exploration journey. Thank you all for all your support. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you, Ishra Didi. I feel many a times what we just say naturally, it becomes that yes, it has happened with me and it relates to me. And that's what I can see from chat from everyone. So thank you. We have Prashanti Didi, Namaste Didi.
Namaste, Anita Didi. Namaste, Shimla Didi, and namaste to all. It's really commendable that we have Ishrat as an RC for South Central region. She has become a very important uh, link to coordinate with for all the activities, always available for the region, very soft spoken. I have met her personally also. We for one workshop, I was the co-facilitator and she was the observer. Lot of effort she puts in for the UHV activities, and as a person also, she is very warm. A very nice exploration, Didi, because I cannot say more as we have very less time. Gratitude to you and all of your family members also who are supporting you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I call upon Sharmila Didi. Namaste.
जी नमस्ते अनीता जी, नमस्ते ईश्वत जी and all of you who are listening. Welcome. जी Ishrat ji. So it's always a pleasure to listen to Ishrat ji and to be in her presence, because she is, I find her to be very positive, very much enthusiastic in all programs that she takes part in. We are currently in a 3-day face-to-face workshop, and here also I can see her enthusiasm and how she moves forward and takes charge for many things. Exploration wise, as she mentioned, she may have to work more. But I think, as Prashanti ji also mentioned, as an RC, she does a wonderful job. She's another one of those people persons who relates very well to people and is able to communicate and encourage people on. So she may not be very loud, or you may not hear of her talking about herself and how well she's done as an RC, but I think you got the idea from Prashanti ji's opinions and her, what she mentioned about Ishrat. So I think Ishrat, you're a very valuable person in the whole team, and I don't see it as any cause for concern if you feel that you're not taking part in the RP development programs, because every person has their unique abilities with which they can complement every other person. So not everybody has to be an RP. Some people do very well as regional coordinators, and I think you are very well cut out for that job, and you do a great job with it. So that, and the fact that your family stands thereby to support, I think for all of us, if it was not for our families, we would not be able to devote this much time Although I would suggest that you do spend some more time with your husband so that he can also feel part of this, maybe not directly joining in this, but spend time with him. Make him aware of your, caring and affection for him. And in the process, slowly, things will settle down. So, all the very best
Thank
to
you.
you.
Yeah.
Best wishes, Isha.
Thank you.
Namaste, Didi. Namaste, all my co-workers. Namaste, Shamila Didi. Namaste, Isha Didi. I'm very happy to listen you. You are motivation tool for me always in our region. Just I would like to have a suggestion from you that regarding enriching nature, what are your suggestions for as a faculty? We may not focus much on that. We are unable. But what are the suggestions we are going to give for all our volunteers regarding this aspect?
Yeah, when it comes to enriching the nature, I think we can make a plantation drive in the institution. Other than that, because there are record books and all, which are left over by the students after the semester completes. This leftover records and all, you can provide them as for the writing, because for the record papers, we use only one side. So that can be reused by the students of government schools, because we go and distribute the same to the government schools. So instead of dumping them, making them as a waste, we can think about utilization in the right way. So some of these activities, because we should know how to utilize and minimal usage of plastic, all this awareness, we'll be able to protect our nature. And these are some of the things which I personally do it. And whenever we are utilizing the nature or being a part of it, we need to give back to it also. So there are various ways of it. And as I said, when I have also worked with a grey water filtration system, wherein for the Balika Vidyalaya residential school, their wastewater is being recycled. So there are little things which we can contribute as engineers, as instructors, as faculty, because we'll have more volunteers who will come forward when we put a step forward. We are not supposed to say others to do it, but when we initiate, the others will follow. This is something which I'm trying to do with respect to the nature. Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice. Thank you very much for your sharing. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bhaiya, we have Tara Prasanna Bhaiya also. Namaste. We have a few minutes only, Bhaiya. We have second person.
Namaste, Didi. Namaste, Sarmila Didi. It's already time, so I will not take much time.
Namaste.
Just to tell, Isra Didi means the core part of her is the feelings. The way she works with the feeling, it really connects to everyone. So Didi, please be with us. That's I want to say. Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishra Didi. I hope your sharing will help many of us. And in some way or the other, we can contribute. That is one thing which I have learned. Thank you, Didi.
Thank you so much.
We